They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Stidham. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Oh, some strong running. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to Dillon on 1st down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
Play action. It's Stidham. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Stidham to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Mariota. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown! A big play there. 62 yards. And the Bisons are able to extend their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. This taken in right around the goal line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
They go play action now. Stidham. Now swing pass for Dillon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Here's 3rd and a few inches. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Portland football here, ready to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Stidham. He gets this one to Mechie. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Now it's Stidham. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Dillon up the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Now Stidham on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Running left is Dillon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Stidham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. That's to the pylon and incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. B.J. Hill, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
As A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series.
And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowman. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Stidham.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side with Dillon. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on fourth down. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Stidham.
And that'll be complete to Dillon.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
From the gun, it's Dillon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Stidham first down in the red zone.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Now Stidham off play action.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
And the broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Stidham from the shotgun. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Kenny Galladay
From 10 yards out.
And the Pioneers have come back to make it a 2-point game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Mariota.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Mariota to throw it. A throw on the money to Perriman. It's a big play there. 48 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. To throw Mariota. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Baron Browning in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's complete right around the 8. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Mariota. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And his kick here is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On 1st down, Stidham. Pressure comes and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Here's 3rd and 3. They run once more with Dillon.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21.
call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. A first down throw for Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Mariota now. On the slant, this is Perryman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
3rd and short yardage, Mariota. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They go play action now. Stidham. Right side, complete to Mechie. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Stidham. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Fielded at the 20. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now Mariota.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now Mariota. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Here's Stidham. Mechie has it on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. They go play action with Stidham. Completes it to Hardman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Throwing again here, Stidham. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. To throw is Stidham. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Dillon, they try the left side with him. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 133 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
They run again with Dillon. Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowman. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Stidham. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Dillon not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it'll be Dillon. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Now the Rio offense set to take over.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A give for Dillon running right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 145 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Stidham's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running up the middle, here's Dillon.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They'll run here with Dillon.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
A.J. Dillon, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Pioneers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Rio offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
3 quarters in the books.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On first and 10, it's Hall.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Mariota. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Baron Browning able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mariota now from the 50. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy could...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Mariota's throw here into the hands of Moore.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Perriman in motion right.
There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. In motion left is Perriman.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
Mariota. That's caught out left by Perriman. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw is Mariota.
Throw left side, there's London.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
The 13-yard line.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mariota keeps himself upright, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, Oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. On play action, Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Here's Stidham to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joey Bosa, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now Stidham on 2nd down. He's got his man downfield. That's Galladay. Now inside the 25. Kenny Galladay. Touchdown! Kenny Galladay with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pioneers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start on the ground. Hall. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mariota's throw taken in by London. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run with Hall. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Now Mariota. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. After the interception, here's Stidham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Stidham. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Stidham. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Throwing again here, Stidham. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. This is Dillon on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Stidham from the shotgun, and that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Off the play fake. Here's Stidham to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
2nd down, Stidham to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Larry Ogunjobi picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Stidham. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Mariota sets to lead this offense. Down by 10, 1:53 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Mariota's throw complete there to Moore.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7.
To throw, Mariota. London hauls this one in.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Gets this to Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now Mariota. He's got his target. That's complete.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Mariota.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Now Mariota. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. B.J. Hill in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Portland, the win form is number 6 on the year, and they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for Rio,
they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.